Perfect. Hi everyone, I'm Charles Guillemet. I'm CTO at Ledger. I didn't expect speaking today. Quintus just noticed that I subscribed to the event and asked me if I could talk, so I accepted. So I have no slides except the one that created. So I'm going to briefly talk about what we are doing at Ledger. I think most of you know Ledger. If you own Ledger, please raise your hand. Okay, so you know what we are doing. So at the use case level, we are manufacturing hardware wallet, and from a use case standpoint, we need to fulfill three different security properties. The first one is to generate your seed in a secure environment, in an enclave. The second one is to make sure that the cryptography is implemented inside this enclave. And the third one, which is a little bit more difficult, is to ensure that the user understands what kind of transaction he is about to consent. This is what we call a clear signing. And this one is a little bit more difficult because the enclave is completely disconnected from the internet and doesn't have context. So this one is difficult, but this is what we are doing. From a hardware standpoint, what we wanted to do when we created the hardware wallet is to use a very secure technology because we are securing keys that allows you to manage your cryptocurrencies. And when you want to have a very high level of security, what you want to do is to have a very small attack surface. So we decided to create like independent devices and to use smart card technology. The smart card technology is the technology you can find in your passport or in your banking card. Basically, it's a very small circuit, and inside the circuit, there is very few resources, very few flash, very few RAM, and in terms of power, it's very limited. You have a very small CPU, and you have dedicated resources to compute cryptography, and you have also strong security guarantees, even considering an attacker with a physical access. So this is something that is also important when it comes to managing your cryptocurrency, because you want to have some guarantee in case your hardware wallet is stolen. What happens if the attacker can extract the secret? That would be a problem. So that's why we are using smart card technology, and smart card technology go through security evaluation and certification. That is called common criteria. The level is EAL5+, because this is a requirement for the ID market, identity market, and also banking market. On blockchain technology, we have no such requirement, but we think it's a good idea to start with the highest level of security when it comes to the hardware. Also, there's physical guarantee, we have integrity guarantee. So we have strong guarantee that the code that is running inside the enclave is our code. First of all, we are the only one able to load the code inside the circuit when the circuit goes out of the manufacturing. And then we are loading our own operating system, and we have also an attestation mechanism. In each hardware wallet, there is an attestation that is, I have only 2 minutes, an attestation that is signed by the HSM. And this attestation is used to mount a secure channel from the secure element to Ledger HSM, so that we are able to do upgrade out of the air, in the air, OTA upgrade with strong guarantees. So everything is signed and encrypted from the HSM to the secure element. Sometimes we are a little bit challenged by the fact that our operating system is not fully open source, and this is true. The trade-off that we decide to take is to have the highest level of security. And when it comes to security, we think that secure element is the best building block to have this level of security. But when you use secure elements, you have to sign NDA with the manufacturer, because the manufacturer there's a certification, but also they have created like security IP for dozens of years, so they don't want to share this IP with everyone. So at some point, we considered creating our own secure element so that we would be able to open source everything. And we thought a lot about that, and we finally decided not to do it for various reasons. The first one is very costly. This is a big reason. The second one is it's very, very difficult to have the same level of security that is provided by ST Microelectronics, Samsung, NXP, Infineon, and so on, because they are working on this for 40 years. They have like very big teams and so on, and thinking you can have the same level of security as they have is wishful thinking, I think. And the third one, which is, I think, the most important one, when you do open source, what you really want to do is to like download the repository, the GitHub repository, audit everything, compile the code, and run your code, and then you have strong guarantees. But when it comes to hardware, you download the GitHub repository, you analyze the Verilog source code, and then you are fine. And on the other hand, you have a secret. And what kind of guarantee you have that your circuit matches with this VHDL or Verilog file? And you can think about that for a long time. It's very difficult to have any guarantee when it comes to that. So I think those are the main reason why we decided not to go in the route of creating our own secure element, and we decided to have to use the secure elements that are existing and that have a high level of security, and with the trade-off that not everything in our code is open source, but we think it's as secure as we can. And that's it for me. Thank you for your attention.